Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm actually going to be doing an Etsy shop critique. This is one of the many free critiques I do every single month for free to give back to my community. So if you would like a chance to win a critique, I will leave the link right below the video where you could sign up. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, consider subscribing. I do upload weekly videos to help you build an impactful online business. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell. This is for everyone, so you'll be the first person notified of any new videos that I upload. In addition to that, if you're new to Etsy, you're a beginner, I have a lot of resources that you can find right below this video that will help you get started the right way. So make sure that you check them out. And let's head over to my computer to see who is today's lucky Etsy critique winner. So today's lucky Etsy critique winner is the store called Petal Poetry Photo. The store owner is Cody Lake. So congratulations, Cody. And even if you didn't win this critique, make sure that you stick around all the way to the end, because everything that I'm about to cover is applicable for any type of niche, no matter what you sell. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm doing an audit on this particular listing right here. So the first thing I want to talk about is product photography. When you sell on an e-commerce platform like Etsy, product photography is really, really important that you make sure that your main photo illustrates everything that the customer gets, that is clear, that the customer looks at it, there's no confusion on what exactly they're getting, it's cropped in a complimentary way, and much more, right? You want to make sure that your photo is amazing. Why? Because the objective of the photo is to grab that person's attention. When people are browsing on the feed, this is your listing here, but these are all of your competitors around it. So you want to make sure that your photo grabs that person's attention, makes them stop from scrolling, take notice of your product, and hopefully click to learn more about it, engage with your photos, with your video, with your listing description, and then make an informed decision if they want to proceed with the sale. So that's the objective of the photo. It has to be Drew-worthy. It has to make sure that it captivates that person's attention and that it's going to make them want to click, like I said, to learn more. So make sure that you start focusing a little bit more on creating photos that doesn't look very similar to other people's photos, that you make something very different. Now, when I click on the photo, one thing that I noticed in the beginning that I was a little bit confused on was that you have here 2 for 1. And at first I was like, 2 for 1, and she's giving 2 cards for 1, and that's what you're actually doing. Keep in mind that your title does get truncated in the search feed. When people are looking at your listing on the search feed, this is what they see. Pretty greeting card, spring greeting, and then it gets cut off. They don't get to see, right, everything that you put at the end of the card, which is 2 for 1. So if you want people to know that they actually get 2 cards, what I would recommend is having, instead of writing it here, having some sort of disclaimer in the actual main photo, and also illustrating both cards on the main photo. So when they look at it, they know, oh, okay, I get 2 cards. You don't want to have it like this way, because some people don't pay attention to details, and they might think this is the same card, even though there are 2 different cards right here. So it's better for you to have your main photo having both cards, then having 2 additional photos of each individual greeting card by itself, so they could actually see the difference between them. And instead of having these additional photos of the actual flower, which I think is beautiful, you have obviously talent when it comes to taking photography, which is something that I'm not good at. But what I will focus on is more selling the fact that you're selling a digital card. Because when I look at these photos, it does tend to confuse me. I think, am I getting a digital card, or am I getting like a printable of this beautiful flower? So you have to keep that in mind. So it's better if you focus on your main photo having both greeting cards, so they know that they're getting 2, having some sort of disclaimer, having 2 additional photos with each greeting card by itself, and then maybe having another photo where you show how you package the greeting cards, maybe having an additional photo of you creating the cards, like how you take your photos, and then In addition to that, what I would recommend more is to focus on your email marketing and also focus on how to capture someone, whether it's through email or them favoring your store or listings. That's a little bit more important. I will get rid of these here. Focus on having a video, an Etsy video of your product as well, which is something new that Etsy is promoting now. And utilizing, like you did, all 10 photos, but making it more towards the greeting card aspect of it. How do you package it? You could take a photo of that. And with the email list, what I recommend is having a photo where you offer some sort of incentive for them to join your email list. It's really important that you start your email marketing, because with email marketing, you could grow your brand, you could cross promote your other social media platforms so you could grow as well. And you could remarket to customers over and over and over and start getting sales on a consistent basis, especially on the months that you might be a little bit slower on Etsy. In addition to that, not every single person that comes back to your store through Etsy SEO or through Google or through Pinterest or your Instagram account, not every individual is going to buy from you. I wish that was the case. I wish if I drove 500 people per day to my store, all 500 people purchase from me. I wish that was the case. It doesn't work that way. However, excuse me. However, what you want to do is have systems in place. One is have an email marketing in place. That way, if they come to your store, they sign up for your email list. Is every single person going to join your email list? No. Some people join your email list to get freebies. Some people join your email list for the incentive and then they leave. And then some people might not want to join another email list, right? It does happen. So having different systems in place, meaning you have one for your email list and you have one asking people, hey, by the way, don't forget to favorite this listing or don't forget to favorite our store. That's another strategy to get sales on a continuous basis, because in the future, whenever you have new products in your store, you have a sale, you add additional listings, these individuals are going to get a free notification from Etsy letting them know, hey, by the way, this store has just added something on sale. And the notification, they get it right here. And these are stores that I have favored certain things in their store. And I get notifications, an item you favor is not on sale. And I get the free notifications here. So that's what you ultimately want. You want to make sure that you're capturing them in either through email or making sure that they favor your store. That way, if they don't buy from you the first time, hopefully the second, third, or fourth, they'll buy from you. So these are different marketing strategies that you can start implementing that will help you in the long run get more sales on a continuous basis. Even if getting people to favor your store only got you an extra 5 sales a month, that's an extra 5 sales that you didn't have before. So the ultimate goal is, what are some systems that I could put in place that are easy to put in place, that I don't really have to do that much work, that work over time, and with more people liking my listings, more people coming back to my store, more sales I will get. Or more people joining my email list, more I nurture them, more my brand will grow, etc. These are systems that you have to start implementing. So that's what I would recommend for your photos. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is your title. I want to talk about your listing description and also your Etsy SEO. So I think with your title, you did pretty good. I mean, you have pretty greeting card, and then you have another one that says spring greeting card hero, and then you have 2-for-1 sent instantly. So what I will focus more on is making sure that, yes, you want your keywords in your title, but you also want to make sure that it's user friendly, and when someone is reading it, it's easy for them to understand. You do repeat yourself by having greeting card and then greeting card again. So I would make sure that when you're doing keyword research, you're using different variations of keywords, that you're not repeating or becoming redundant by repeating the same tags over and over. If you do different tags, you will amplify your reach. If you use the same tags, it actually doesn't help you amplify your reach. Basically, it's like the opposite. So make sure you focus on that. And whenever you have a description of whatever you're selling, whether it's an instant download or you get 2-for-1, I wouldn't use the title for that, because you're wasting a space that you could add it a tag. I would put this in the actual listing description, that they get 2-for-1 and that it's an instant download. Sends instantly can be a little confusing. Somebody might think that you're sending them the actual greeting card. So I wouldn't use that. I would make sure that you physically you actually say digital download. I do believe you have it in here, digital download, so that's great. But just make sure that you don't say send instantly. Some people get that confused because I sell digital products too, and they might think, oh, I'm getting a greeting card through mail, which they're not. So keep that in mind. But good job for having a title that's not overstuffed, but I do feel like you need to work a little bit more on adding more keywords. You want to make sure that for Etsy SEO, your titles and tags, for title and tag relevancy, that you have the same keywords in your title and tag for Etsy SEO best practices. So that's why you want to make sure that you include as many keywords as possible, but you want to make sure that's user friendly, like I just mentioned. And also, if this is your main keyword, pretty greeting card, right? You want to make sure that you include that keyword in the first 155 characters, the same exact way that you wrote it. So you wrote it here plural with an S. Here you didn't have that. So make sure that I understand why you wrote it here with an S, but make sure that you copy it exactly how you wrote it here. And also think about your products. Like if your customer was looking for this particular product, would they type in pretty greeting card? Is that something that they would type in? Or would they type more of like botanical greeting card or flower greeting card, right? Something more specific. The more specific you get, the more you will find your target audience. So just always keep that in mind. How would my ideal customer search for this product? So I wanted to look at your meta description. So this is your meta description. Keep in mind, your listings are shown on Etsy and on Google. So the first 155 characters of your listing description is your meta description. You have to include your main keyword, a description of what you're selling, and a call to action. A call to action could be click to learn more, grab yours today, shop now. And this is what people see on Google. I'm using eRank Pro for those of you that, if it does look a little bit different. And right now it gets cut off. It says after your friends and loved one, it says a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it gets cut off. So you want to make sure that this is enticing, that when somebody sees your listing on Google, because they can't see your photos, all they have to go by is your text, right? Which whatever you're describing. You want to make sure that, like I said, it includes your main keyword, it includes a short description of what you're selling, and it also includes your call to action. Click to learn more or click to grab yours today. So make sure that you work on that on every single listing. Everything that I'm talking about today, what you guys would do is when you're analyzing one listing, you do the same changes for all of your listings. It's the same rules. It just will be different keywords because it's different products. Addition to that, what I notice is that you're not optimizing your listing description for Etsy SEO, which means you're not putting your keywords in your product description. Not only do you have to include your keywords in your title and tag for title and tag relevancy, you also have to include it in the actual text. This is how the algorithm, this is how Google understands what your Etsy shop is all about. And whenever somebody types in these search queries on the search results, your listings will show up for that, and you will have higher placement in the search feed, which means more visibility to your products, which therefore drives more traffic back to your Etsy store. So you didn't optimize this for Etsy SEO. So you have to make sure that you do that. But I did want to go over your keywords with you to kind of give you some ideas of how to do keyword research. So the first thing I always tell everyone is when you're doing keyword research, the best thing to do is brainstorm. Is sit down, look at your product, and think about 10 to 15 keywords that accurately describe what you sell. So if I was searching for your product, Cody, I wouldn't type on the search feed floral. If I go to Etsy right now and I type in floral, I'm going to get all random things, necklaces. Here's some women's bandanas, right? Here's some actual flowers. There's a little bit of everything here. And there's 4 million people using that keyword. So that keyword is not really working for you. One, is too competitive. So therefore, you're buried in the search results unless you rank for that keyword. Two, is very general keyword. So you're showing your products now to anyone and everyone. So when you choose the wrong tags and you show your products to just anyone, what happens now is that your conversion rate suffers because the more products, the more listings you show to people, the less people buy from you. It hurts your conversion rate. And then Etsy says, well, no one's really buying this product. They're not clicking, they're not engaging. It must not be that great. And they bury you in the search results. You don't want that. So by using keywords floral, green, flower, this is too broad. It doesn't really accurately describe what you sell. And if I was searching for a flower greeting card, I wouldn't type in green on the feed and try to find that, because I'm not really looking for your product if I'm just typing the word green, right? So these keywords are not really helping you for many reasons. Competition is too high, they're too broad. Now, another thing you want to do is you put flower photography. You're not selling photography in your store. You're selling a greeting card. So when you type in floral photography on the feed, it does have a lot of competition, 128,000. In addition to that, everything that you see here, for the most part, is flower photography, right? These are either printables, whether they're digital or physical prints that are about flowers. You're not selling that. Yes, your product has a flower, but you're not selling a photo of a flower. You're selling a greeting card. So again, if you were to rank for this keyword, no one's really going to buy because they're searching for something else. So you have to always keep that in mind. So I would change these two here as well. Digital download, that could be anything. Again, we change that again. So focus on using keywords that accurately describe what you sell. Once you come up with the list and you did the brainstorming, then I recommend using Keyword Explorer right here. You could use any keyword tool, whether it's Google Keyword Planner, whether it's Marmalade, or anything else that you use, as long as you're doing keyword research. But what you want to focus on is finding keywords that have some traction, right? Some monthly search volume. I would say at least 500, or you can make an educated guess if you're having a hard time finding keywords. But the competition, you don't want it 50,000 or more. I would say 30,000 or less. So that way you could potentially even rank organically on the first and second page, because that's where we want to be. And once you find those keywords, then you want to go back to your store. You want to put your focus keyword in your title, in your meta description, and add the additional keywords in your actual listing description. So that's how you optimize your store the right way for SEO, and you choose the right tags that will get you the right customers to your product and services. In addition to that, I wanted to look at your category and also your attributes. So for category, I would change it from digital prints because you're selling a greeting card, so I would pick that over digital prints. And attributes, I think you did okay with the attributes. I wouldn't necessarily pick frame on frame because your product is a greeting card. So someone knows that if they're buying a greeting card, they're not buying a frame greeting card. So they know that. This is only good for people that sell art print. Like if you're selling like what we just looked at, photography for flowers. That's how you would select that. Keep in mind, attributes and category act like tags. Meaning, if you choose the wrong categories, if you choose the wrong attributes, the more people see your listings under the wrong attributes, unfortunately, it hurts your conversion rate again, and your listing quality score will drop, which means that you'll get buried in the search results. So some people, when they do search on Etsy, they type in the keyword, right? They go here, they type in the keyword. Some people, when they do search, they actually search the attributes. You want to make sure that you're picking the right attributes, the right titles, the right, categories, and the right categories, attributes and tags, because then that ultimately leads you to the right people. But if you're choosing all of them, like I said earlier, the wrong tags, the wrong category, the wrong attributes, you're showing your products to the wrong people, it hurts your conversion rate. You lose your listing quality score becomes less, which means you get buried in the search results and you don't drive any traffic back to your store. And that's just how the algorithm works. It's based on how people interact with your listings, who are buying, who are not buying, and it all affects you, whether you're going to get a lot of visibility or no visibility. So make sure that you go back and you do these changes, and it's definitely going to help you out. So just focus on creating photos that showcase your product, everything that you're selling. Make sure that you work on your email marketing. Make sure that you're working on different systems in place that will get you more sales. And make sure that you're optimizing your listings for Etsy SEO the right way by choosing the right tags, choosing the right categories, choosing the right attributes, and making sure that you come back to your listing and optimize it the right way. So these are my tips that I have for you today, Cody. Guys, if you have any tips for her, make sure that you leave them right below the video. If you have any questions for me, also leave them right below. And thanks everyone for watching.